Getting shredded isn't complicated. And after I started to focus on the important things, my physique went from this to this. So let me explain, and trust me right now. If you're a natural lifter and don't have all the time in the world, you need to get all the fuzz away, both from your workout plans and the whole fitness industry. You see, I see very many beginners, even advanced lifters, that have so many unnecessary exercises in their workout plans that just tire them out, but will not get them any significant progress. Because many of these influencers and bodybuilders, they have this super good program, 6 times a week, 10 different exercises, 5 sets on each and every single exercise. And they tell you, you will get the best progress ever, you will look like me. But then they're actually on steroids. Well, I've been going to the gym for 12 years. And they tell you will get their results in 6 months. And that is a big lie. And what I learned also, that I realized very soon in my life, I was 14-year-old and I wanted to get good grades. I don't know, I was obsessed about that. So I studied multiple hours every single day. And I remember we had this big project, this big essay. And I sat there for hours and hours. And then I watched this one video that explained about the 20-80 rule. And I got totally shocked. Because he explained that in everything in life, you can do 20% of the work, that will give you 80% of the results. And I was sitting there hours and hours in front of the computer. And I was changing the fonts of the text, changing the size, and thinking about what should I write about. Instead of just writing, don't give me a shit about the fonts or the titles. I just went, you should have written, that's 20% and we'll give you 80% of the results. But instead I was doing 80% of the things, but only got 20% of the results. And the same thing applies to the gym. There are so many lifters, especially beginners, I see they start with flat bench press, then they go do incline dumbbell press, then they do a couple of chest flies with a dumbbell, and then they go do cable flies, and then they go to the bench to incline bench press, and then they go to the dumbbell rack and do flat dumbbell press. What the hell are you doing? You're just wasting your time. They're not training hard, they're doing 20 different exercises for the same muscle, and then they are wondering why they're getting injured. And like I always say, injury is the biggest setback and game killer you can possibly get. If you're injured your chest and you can't train it for 3 months, 4 months, your chest will be a lot smaller, my friend, and you will need to rebuild. That will waste a lot more of your time than if you just pick 1 or 2 chest exercises per workout, and then you just keep going with them, month after month, and you will get good progress. It doesn't even need to be slow. As long as you're training hard, you will get good progress. So what I would say instead is choose 5 different exercises each workout. For example, if you want to do back, your back can pull down vertically and horizontally, like this. So that means we need 2 exercises to train that, isn't that right? So then you choose those exercises that you like and know that work well. So for vertical, I know pull-ups work really great and I really enjoy doing them. So then we got pull-ups, then done. And I know barbell rows, they're quite good, but I don't really like the form and it always hurts my lower back no matter what I do. So then take cable rows instead. There's normal cable rows. They work really good, they're easy progressive overload, and if you like the exercise, choose it. There we have a whole back workout basically done. Got the vertical, horizontally, and then I just train hard them. Max 2-3 sets, progressive overload. Just keep going with that. Then we maybe need some more traps. 1 muscle in the back, 2 sets of that. Do some trap raises, quite easy. There we basically got our whole back covered. Now you can put in some forearm curls, so you get better grip, some dead hangs. There you basically got a whole back workout. Got the lats, got the upper back, got the traps. What do you need more? I don't need to do pull-ups, then lat pull-downs, then barbell rows, then cable rows, then single arm cable rows. No, if you're training hard, 2-3 sets on those 2 exercises, you will get a better back than if someone would train 20 different exercises, mediocre intensity, and doesn't really know the form. Or for example, when I train my chest, I begin with dips to train both my tricep and lower chest. And after that, I do 2 sets of really intense, high intensity incline bench pressing for the upper chest. I got stretch marks, meaning that my chest is really growing a lot. I was doing 2 sets in one workout, maybe 4 sets, 8 sets of lower if you count in the dips. That's not a lot. I'm getting really good progress and my chest is growing. I'm getting stretch marks that fast. That is how fast it's growing. And I'm not doing 20 different exercises for chest, I do 2. So like I said, don't listen to all these bodybuilders that have been to IFBB pros and they've been taking steroids for 20 different years. Of course you won't be able to train on them. Don't chase the pump, chase intensity instead. And many of them, they like to train 6 or even 7 times a week. And then they tell you that is natural, you should do the same thing. And I believe you shouldn't do that at all. Many of these bodybuilders and influencers, they have small pains in the lower back and then some nags in the knee and their wrist hurts all the time. And of course, you're training 7 days a week. What are you thinking? Of course, if you never take rest, of course. And you don't want to have the same thing. You don't want to break your back when you're 45 because you're training 7 times a week for a couple of years. What I recommend for a natural lifter, 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days a week, I believe, is absolutely perfect. 3, 4, 5, yeah, it's very good as well, but you gotta program it right so you don't overtrain, especially if you train with high intensity. And you don't need more than 2 or 3 sets on every exercise. So listen now, 5 exercises that you like, that you know work really good per workout. Then you train 3 to 5 days a week. And for every exercise, you do between 2 and 3 sets. If you just listen to that, and you choose exercises you like, you know that work, and you just train brutally hard, then you'll see really good progress. And if you want to see even better progress, and you want to build an aesthetic physique, I'm right now building a course for skinny teenagers and skinny high school students to build an aesthetic physique. 5 pre-made workout routines made by me that will build you an aesthetic body. Plus, I've explained, detailed, how every single form and technique is supposed to be performed. Every single exercise I have in those workout programs I've explained. So if you want to get faster progress and you're interested, check out the link below in the description or go to my bio. Thank you for watching. See you around. Wow!